I really feel like I am helping do something for this country.
When you get down to it, it's very, very simple. This is all about us.
I'm Brian Bradshaw. I'm here with Boone Pickens, part of an ongoing series where Boone is helping to educate the American public on some pressing and some current energy issues. Are there current things in the U.S. government or local and state regulations, are there current things that could be changed immediately?
For one, I mean, that some states, you have to have a sticker on your car that has to be inspected by somebody before you can fill your car with natural gas. Unusual, but if somebody looked at it and said, well, we don't need that. I mean, can you imagine pulling up at a convenience store and they say, well, we have to get somebody to come out and look at it before you can put the fuel in. Well, that slows everything down dramatically, of course. But there are a lot of things that could, but that just takes you back to where we first started. You need an energy plan for America. Somebody needs to sit down, look at this, go through it, and see where we can help ourselves, not hurt ourselves, but just actually make things easier to happen. And so, yes, there are a lot of things that could be changed at a local level, at a state level, and at federal level.
I think one of my favorites that I've heard you talk about is this idea of diesel being taxed at a different rate than natural gas in some cases for the same application.
Yeah, it's incredible that you tax natural gas at a higher rate than you do diesel. And that is, and anybody would say, okay, you know, they'd be skeptical. Okay, Boone, you know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And once they decided that, then they say, okay, show me how it works, how you're taxing diesel, which would come from OPEC oil, not in every case, of course, but certainly a large percentage of the time, you would be taxing our natural gas in the United States at a higher rate than you would OPEC oil.
So Boone, how would you kind of see this unfolding?
It's going to happen. You will go to the cleaner, cheaper domestic fuel, natural gas for heavy-duty trucks. That will happen. It's in the process now of happening. The engine, the Cummins 12-liter engine, they have it, and it will go into mass production later this year. So all of that will cause it to happen. But the education for America, I see that very fuzzy. Nobody is working on educating America on energy, and I think that can take place in schools. I think it can be part of the curriculum, energy and fuels and everything else. So there's a lot to be done. Can it be done? Of course. Will it be done? Probably to some degree, but how fast will it be done is a question, and it's going to take a while to make it happen. But once they focus on it in this country, that this source is domestic and it's cheaper, should we consider that instead of oil purchased, in some cases, from enemy countries to the United States? Of course, once that you tip and go in that direction, that it could be monumental for the country. Will it help the economy? Of course it will. I mean, 2/3 of your trade deficit today is a purchase of foreign oil. So that can change. There could be so many things could change in our favor and nothing against us, and all it comes down to is an education factor. Educate everybody and then watch what happens in America.
Boone, thank you for your time. So to summarize, there are several things on the current rules and regulations front that could be changed immediately that would help the cause. One of the problems is there's no central person or central entity that controls these things. There's no central person setting energy policy or monitoring developments in the energy market. And so it's left up to a very fragmented kind of market. And then secondly, I guess the point would be that educating the public on energy is and should be a huge priority of our country, but no one's doing that either. And that kind of brings us to why you're here.
Thank you.